Well, welcome to another episode of the Co-op Connection podcast. This one is just a little bit different. Obviously, we have a different setup, but I also have two people here with me that are different than the vendors that we normally have on. I have Ryan and Christa. They are our two relationship managers here at the co-op, and I thought what would be good for both of them is for them to be able to introduce themselves and for you to be able to know them and what they do here, because they are going to be interacting with you a lot. So thank you guys for being here. I'm glad that we're doing something just a little bit different. I'm glad that our members are going to be able to understand who you are and what you do here. And with that, I think Christa, I'm going to start you off with a question. Okay. You are both of you are relationship managers. What does that mean to our members? Is it just a title, or what does that mean to you?
To me, it means just being an advocate for our members. Also, when they call in, getting that personalized service, because that's so hard to find these days. Yeah. And to get a human on the other end of the phone, and I'm there as their point of contact, working as a liaison between them and our vendors. Also making sure that they, ensuring their satisfaction with products and services that they use through our vendors, but also just building that trust with them, that loyalty, really understanding our members' needs, and being able to tailor, what we have as resources to kind of help them and fit their needs.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, I completely agree with what Christa just said. I think it's hard to beat that answer. I'm just excited to go out there and inform our churches and schools and members of the resources out there available to them. I think there's so much out there, and I understand at a church you're running around, you're busy, you got a lot going on, so it's hard to be able to fully grasp everything that's available. Mm-hmm. But that's really what Chris and I have come into this position to do, is to be able to educate you guys and help you all understand there's so much out there available to you that can help your ministry ultimately save money. So we're just excited to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Ryan, I actually have a follow-up question. You said something that I think it's a good clarifying question to ask. We have 36 vendors that are here, right? Mm-hmm. Like you said, there's a wealth of resources for our members. So you two are here to educate, to bring those resources to our members. How do you balance, hey, here are 36 vendors that can help you in all sorts of areas, but I'm also not a salesperson just looking to sell you something. What's the balance there for you?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. I obviously come from a sales background, so I've been in sales for a little while now, and I understand sometimes we can come across as salesy. We definitely don't mean to do that. I would say my job is to find your needs. So is to ask you qualifying questions to understand, hey, your church is probably different from this other church. So there's obviously a lot of things that we need to be able to tailor towards you. We've got vendors out there for that. So if I hear from you that you have a vendor that you're using, that you've been using for 15, 20 years, and they work for you, then I'm thrilled. I'm extremely excited, because that's my goal. I want to make sure y'all are thriving and saving as much money as possible for the ministry. So I'm not here to push anybody on you. I'm just excited to hear that you've got something working for you. And if you don't have something, if there's a category in your ministry that you don't have something that's working, then I want to be here to lead you in the right direction.
Absolutely. Anything to add to that?
I think the key too is just really listening to our members' needs. And a lot of times I find that some of our smaller churches don't really take advantage of their co-op membership. Mm-hmm. And we're not here just for the large and metro churches. We are also here for those small churches. And so we want to come alongside our members and share our resources with them. And, a lot of our members are spinning a lot of plates, and we want to help unload some of that.
Yeah, that's good. A perfect segue from Ryan again. With your background, you mentioned in sales, you actually were here, then you went to one of our vendors, Voss Lighting, and then obviously an opportunity came up and you're back, which is great. So at Voss and the sales role, what are some things that you can take from there that you learned, or even your first stint here at the co-op, and now implement into being a relationship manager here again?
Yeah, I'm excited to come back into this co-op role because I'm able to bring in some strategies that I've learned over the last couple of years. Strategies such as qualifying. I just call it qualifying. So coming in and asking the right questions and figuring out exactly it is what you need. Like I said in my last answer, not every church is the same. They've got areas in their ministry that require something special that another ministry might not require.
And sometimes they may even have something that they don't think they need, but you asking those questions, in their mind they're thinking, oh wait, that is a project that we have coming up, or that actually is something that this board or this committee is looking at. So when we ask the right questions and we listen, like you said, then you may even bring up needs that they didn't even know about.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
So for you came from Hallmark.
Yes.
So you have talked about here in the office about some things that you learned there that you love implementing into talking on the phone or meeting with different members. Why don't you allow them to know what that is?
So I really think the key is really getting to know our members. Really, like Ryan said, asking those right questions. And one of the things that I did a lot of in building relationships at Hallmark was just honesty.
Yeah.
Being honest with them and not trying to, even though it was retail sales, I didn't want to sell them something they didn't need.
Okay, so a good question that I have to maybe wrap this up. You have our members on a camera, and I'm sure there's times where you're like, I just wish all of our members got this. Whether it's about you guys, the co-op, vendors in general. I'm going to open it up to either one of you, but what are just some things that you're like, hey, I've got you here. This is what I want you to understand about who we are and what we do. Maybe you have something.
That is a really great question. And I think with our members, we genuinely have a heart for you. We genuinely want to help. We're here to come alongside you, help shoulder any burdens that you have. And also, I tell a lot of our members when I get them on the phone, I want you to look at us as like your new best friend. When something goes wrong or you're struggling with something, even if you just want to call us for support, consider us your new best friend. Reach out to us. You're going to call us when that pipe bursts. You're going to call us when your shingles fly off your roof as a result of a hurricane. We are here to help.
That's good. That's really good. Do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, no, I think a lot of, maybe a statement that I hear a lot pretty often is we're too small of a church to be able to benefit from the co-op program. And, honestly, that really, from what we found, it's just not the case. A lot of churches maybe just order maybe one box of paper, throughout the span of a month. But you're still saving money through the co-op program. So that's just an encouragement I would have for you. You are not too small of a church to benefit from the program. We help anywhere from small of 50 congregants to 2,000 congregants.
Absolutely.
So there's a wide span of value that we can bring for your ministry.
That's great, and I'm thankful that y'all were able to do this just because, and this is a personal thing for our members, is I get to hear y'all on the phone. So Christa, when you're talking about building a relationship, being your new best friend, that is what you say when you're talking to our members. So it's not like we're coming on here and saying one thing and then we're doing a different thing. Ryan asks all those questions about finding needs and digging through some of those things and making people think. So I hope this is helpful to you guys because I know that these two are here for you. They're here to serve you in any way. They're here to connect you to any resources, any of our vendors. And so we just hope that you take this and you are understanding that when they're trying to reach out or they're trying to visit, that it's truly just for a heart of serving you. And we are excited to see what the rest of this year brings with this team. So thank you for joining us.